الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا حبيب الله. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله، وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله، صلى الله تعالى عليك وسلم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم افتح لي أبواب رحمتك. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نويت سنة الاعتكاف. وإذا طلقتم النساء. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Allah, in the name of the most affectionate, the most merciful.
Is it from وإذا طلقتم النساء؟ وإذا طلقتم النساء فبلغن عجلهن وإذا طلقتم النساء فبلغن أجلهن فلا تعضلوهن أن ينكحن أزواجهن إذا تراضوا بينهم بالمعروف. ذلك يوعظ به من كان منكم يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر. ذلكم أزكى لكم وأطهر، والله يعلم وأنتم لا تعلمون.
And when you have divorced women and they complete their waiting period, then, O guardians of such women, do not prevent them from marrying their husbands if they agree between themselves in accordance with the Islamic law. This lesson is for those among people who believe in Allah and the Last Day. This is purer for you and cleaner, and Allah knows and you do not know.
والوالدات يرضعن أولادهن حولين كاملين لمن أراد أن يتم الرضاعة، وعلى المولود له رزقهن وكسوتهن بالمعروف. لا تكلف نفس إلا وسعها، لا تضار والدة بولدها ولا مولود له بولده، وعلى الوارث مثل ذلك، فإن أراد فصالا عن تراض منهما وتشاور فلا جناح عليهما. وإن أردتم أن تسترضعوا أولادكم فلا جناح عليكم فلا جناح عليكم إذا سلمتم ما آتيتم بالمعروف واتقوا الله واعلموا أن الله بما تعملون بصير.
And mothers shall breastfeed their children for 2 full years. For those who wish to complete the term of milk feeding, and the father of the child must provide the food and clothing of the mother in accordance with custom. No one will be burdened except with what he can bear. A mother should not be harmed because of her child, nor he to blame to whom the child is born be harmed because of his child. And the same is incumbent on the guardian in place of the father. Then if the parents desire to wean the child by mutual consent and consultation, it is no sin for them. And if you wish to give your children out to a milk-feeding nurse, it is no sin for you, provided you pay them what is agreed, with kindness, and keep fearing Allah, and well known that Allah is seeing what you do.
والذين يتوفون منكم ويذرون أزواجا يتربصن بأنفسهن 4 أشهر وعشرا فإذا بلغن أجلهن فلا جناح عليكم فيما فعلن في أنفسهن بالمعروف والله بما تعملون خبير.
And those among you who die, leaving wives behind them, then such widows shall restrain themselves for 4 months and 10 days. So when their term is completed, O guardians of such women, there is no sin on you in what the women may decide for themselves in accordance with Islamic law, and Allah is well aware of what you do.
ولا جناح عليكم فيما عرضتم به من خطبة النساء أو أكننتم في أنفسكم علم الله أنكم ستذكرونهن ولكن لا تواعدوهن سرا إلا أن تقولوا قولا معروفا ولا تعزموا عقدة النكاح حتى يبلغ الكتاب أجله واعلموا أن الله يعلم ما في أنفسكم فاحذروه واعلموا أن الله غفور حليم.
And there is no sin on you if you purpose marriage to women while they are hidden from your view. If you propose marriage or hide it in your hearts, Allah knows that you will now remember them. But do not take or make secret pacts with women except by decent words recognized by Islam. And do not consummate the marriage until the written command reaches its completion. Know well that Allah knows what is in your hearts. Therefore fear Him and know well that Allah is oft most forgiving.
لا جناح عليكم إن طلقتم النساء ما لم تمسوهن أو تفرضوا لهن فريضة ومتعوهن على الموسع قدره وعلى المقتر قدره متاعا بالمعروف حقا حقا على المحسنين.
There is no sin upon you if you divorce women while you have not touched them or appointed their bridal money, and give them some provision, the rich according to their means, and the poor according to their means, a fair provision according to custom. This is a duty upon the virtuous.
وإن طلقتموهن من قبل أن تمسوهن وقد فرضتم لهن فريضة فنصف ما فرضتم إلا أن يعفون أو يعفو الذي بيده عقدة النكاح وأن تعفوا أقرب للتقوى ولا تنسوا الفضل بينكم إن الله بما تعملون بصير.
If you divorce them before you have touched them, and have appointed the bridal money, then payment of half of what is agreed is ordained unless the women forego some of it. Or he in whose hand is the marriage tie pays more. And O men, your paying more is closer to piety, and do not forget the favors to each other. Indeed, Allah is seeing what you do.
حافظوا على الصلوات والصلاة الوسطى وقوموا لله قانتين.
Guard all your prayers and the middle prayer, and stand with reverence before Allah.
فإن خفتم فرجالا أو ركبانا فإذا أمنتم فاذكروا الله كما علمكم ما لم تكونوا تعلمون.
And if you are in fear, pray while on foot or while riding, as you can. When you are in peace, remember Allah the way He has taught you, which you did not know.
والذين يتوفون منكم ويذرون أزواجا وصية لأزواجهم متاعا إلى الحول غير إخراج فإن خرجن فلا جناح عليكم فيما فعلن في أنفسهن من معروف والله عزيز حكيم.
And those among you who die leaving wives behind them, they should request for their wives a complete provision for 1 full year without turning them out. So if they go out themselves, there is no sin on you regarding what they do of themselves in a reasonable manner, and Allah is Almighty wise.
وَلِلْمُطَلَّقَاتِ مَتَاعٌ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ حَقًّا عَلَى الْمُتَّقِينَ.
And for divorced women also is a complete provision in reasonable manner. This is a duty among the pious.
كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تعقلون.
This is how Allah explains His verses to you so that you may understand.
ألم تر إلى الذين خرجوا من ديارهم وهم ألوف حذر الموت فقال لهم الله موتوا ثم أحياهم إن الله لذو فضل على الناس ولكن أكثر الناس لا يشكرون.
Did you not see those who left their homes, whereas they numbered in thousands, fearing death? So Allah said to them, Die. He then brought them back to life. Indeed, Allah is most munificent towards mankind, but most men are ungrateful.
وقاتلوا في سبيل الله واعلموا أن الله سميع عليم.
And fight in Allah's cause and know well that Allah is all-hearing, all-knowing.
من ذا الذي يقرض الله قرضا حسنا فيضاعفه له أضعافا كثيرة والله يقبض ويبسط وإليه ترجعون.
Is there someone who will lend an excellent loan to Allah so that He may increase it for him several times over? And Allah restricts and eases the sustenance, and it is to Him that you will return.
ألم تر إلى الملأ من بني إسرائيل من بعد موسى إذ قالوا لنبي لهم ابعث لنا ملكا نقاتل في سبيل الله قال هل عسيتم إن كتب عليكم القتال ألا تقاتلوا قالوا وما لنا ألا نقاتل في سبيل الله وقد أخرجنا من ديارنا وأبنائنا فلما كتب عليهم القتال تولوا إلا قليلا منهم والله عليم بالظالمين.
Did you not see a group of the descendants of Israel after Musa, when they said to one of their prophets, Appoint a king for us, so that we may fight in Allah's way? He said, Do you think you would refrain from fighting if it is made a compulsion for you? They said, What is the matter with us that we should not fight in Allah's cause, whereas we have been driven away from our homeland and our children? So when fighting was ordained for them, they all turned away, except a few, and Allah is well aware of the unjust.
وقال لهم نبيهم إن الله قد بعث لكم طالوت ملكا قالوا أنى يكون له الملك علينا ونحن أحق بالملك منه ولم يؤت سعة من المال قال إن الله اصطفاه عليكم وزاده بسطة في العلم والجسم والله يؤتي ملكه من يشاء والله واسع عليم.
And their prophet said to them, Indeed, Allah has sent Talut as your king. They said, Why should we have kingship over us, whereas we deserve the kingship more than he? And nor has he been given enough wealth. He said, Indeed, Allah has chosen him above you, and has bestowed him with the vast knowledge and physique. And Allah may bestow His kingdom on whomever He wills, and Allah is most capable, all-knowing.
وقال لهم نبيهم إن آية ملكه أن يأتيكم التابوت فيه سكينة من ربكم وبقية مما ترك آل موسى وآل هارون تحمله الملائكة إن في ذلك لآية لكم إن كنتم مؤمنين.
And their prophet said to them, indeed the sign of his kingdom will be the coming of the wooden box to you, in which from your Lord is the contentment of hearts and containing some souvenirs, remnants left behind by the honorable Musa and the honorable Harun, borne by the angels. Indeed, it is a great sign for you if you are believers.
فلما فصل طالوت بالجنود قال إن الله مبتليكم بنار فمن شرب منه فليس مني ومن لم يطعمه فإنه مني إلا من اغترف غرفة بيده فشربوا منه إلا قليلا منهم فلما جاوزه هو والذين آمنوا معه قالوا لا طاقة لنا اليوم بجالوت وجنوده قال الذين يظنون أنهم ملاقو الله كم من فئة قليلة غلبت فئة كثيرة بإذن الله والله مع الصابرين.
So when Talut left the city along with the armies, he said, Allah will surely test you with a river. So whoever drinks its water is not mine, and whoever does not drink is mine, except him who takes it in the hollow of his hand. So they all drank it, except a few of them. Thereafter, when Talut and the believers with him had crossed the river, they said, we do not have power this day to face Jalut and his armies. Those who were certain of meeting Allah said, many a times has a smaller group overcome a bigger group by Allah's command, and Allah is the steadfast, with the steadfast.
ولما برزوا لجالوت وجنوده قالوا ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين.
And when they confronted Jalut and his armies, they invoked, O Lord, pour us on patience, fortitude, and keep our feet steady, and help us against the disbelieving people.
فهزموهم بإذن الله وقتل داود جالوت وآتاه الله الملك والحكمة وعلمه مما يشاء ولولا دفع الله الناس بعضهم ببعض لفسدت الأرض ولكن الله ذو فضل على العالمين.
So they routed them by the command of Allah, and David, slew Jalut, and Allah gave him the kingdom and wisdom, and taught him all whatever he willed. And if Allah does not ward off some men by others, the earth will be destroyed, but Allah is most munificent towards the entire creation.
تلك آيات الله نتلوها عليك بالحق وإنك لمن المرسلين.
These are the verses of Allah which we recite to you, O dear Prophet, with truth, and undoubtedly you are one of the noble messengers.
صدق الله العظيم. I flopped it today.